Hey guys, welcome back to Get In Stuff. Today we have a first impressions video. I know, it's been a while since we've done one of these. But I came here to a local outdoor goods store. I heard they were doing an ammo sale. So I went and picked up some 22. Got this 225 Remington box, 225 rounds for 13 bucks. Which is a good deal, but I mean, I know I'm not that old. I'm gonna sound like a FUD for a second here. I remember in high school going to the store and buying 500 rounds of 22 for 15 bucks. There was a little store in a little local town, and we could go in there. I think it was $1.25 for 50 rounds of 22. And if they liked you, if you were friends with them, if you had change after you bought something, if you had like some pennies left over, you could trade them in those pennies for single rounds of 22, which was kind of neat. And honestly, a penny for 22 was kind of awesome. But anyways, yeah, so I came over here, getting on this ammo sale, and I saw this knife on sale. This was on sale for 45 bucks, and I was like, wow, I think the regular price I had on this was $60. So I looked it up on Blade HQ, and on Blade HQ, these do go for 45 bucks. So this was on sale for basically its regular price. But this is the Gerber Minisada. And some of you might remember, I reviewed the Gerber Asada a long time ago. It was one of the first knives I reviewed on the channel. It's a cleaver. And there's a lot about that knife that I wanted to love. In fact, I made a short about that knife a couple months ago. I love the design, I love the look of the knife, but the execution was crap. It was trash. Really, really bad. Gerber recently came out with the Slim Sada, which I thought looked really cool. I never got one to review. We might in the future. I think it's a good looking knife. For a while on Blade HQ, they were on sale for like less than 20 bucks. I should have grabbed one, because now they're like 56 bucks or something. I should have grabbed one when they were on sale. I missed out on that. That was my fault. But they recently came out with this Minisada. And one thing I saw with this knife that made me kind of interested in it was it has this adjustable blade tension thing that they're bragging about. I'm like, what is that about? Flipped it over, you know, they got all their features here, and here's what they're talking about, this adjustable system. And if you look at the pivot, and we'll show this when we get it out of the box, but at first I thought the pivot was missing a screw. But no, basically what you have is a set screw on the clip side. You loosen that, and then you have this axle screw here that you can tie in to adjust the tension of the knife to your liking. And I'm really curious about what this is about, because honestly that just seems like adjusting the pivot on your knife. Like, that's something that you can do with any pocket knife. But maybe they have some cool, you know, innovation here. D2 blade, aluminum scales with actually some interesting texture, or at least aluminum front scale, and it's a steel frame lock. So let's go ahead and stop wasting time and get into this. We're gonna get, well, actually, you know what? I was gonna say we're gonna get into this with this VV Odium. That's my secondary carry today. But you know what? Let's use my primary carry. Cold Steel 8015. This is the one that I dyed the scales on, and I dyed the scales from like the green to like the dark blue, if you guys remember, and honestly, it still just kind of looks like the green. But I've been carrying this knife because last weekend I was home visiting my folks on the ranch. Some of you probably know that. I posted a couple shorts about that. That was really a nice visit. Got to build some fence, brand some calves. Austin was actually there, visiting from Colorado. So, and he recently got a new Canic. And so we went and put some rounds through that. Hey, not bad! But anyways, here's the knife. Gerber Minisada. It is a small knife, but I wouldn't say it's a mini knife. I can get a full 4-finger grip. Ergos feel decent. You can choke up into that choil. It's a little bit sketchy, but I can get in there. The aluminum feels really nice. Yeah, that pivot is weird. So one of my biggest problems with the Asada that I reviewed was that the axis of the lock bar was terrible. Terrible. And the lock bar was so sharp and pointy. This honestly does look similar. We'll come back to that. The clip, I'm not sure how this clip is going to work. We will see. It has Gerber's like pinch plate thing. I really like this. I really, really like this. I think that's awesome. Red aluminum backspacer. It's a nice little pop of color. We've got a really weird screw right here on the pocket clip. Just right there. Not sure what that's about. I do like the OD green color. That's kind of my go-to color. Feels very thick behind the edge. This is not a super thin knife. The grind is actually, yeah, the grind is off. Okay, so you can see here. See how wide the grind is there towards the tip on that side, and then on that side. And if we look at it like this, you can actually see that it's off. This side over here is ground way over compared to the other side. So already we're seeing some of those Gerber quality control issues that I just hate to see. Okay, I've been putting it off long enough. Let's see what that lock bar is like. Better than the Asada. Not perfect, but better. Centering is good. Man, that tip is ground way, way bad. Let's see what the action's like. Very minimal flipper tab. Smooth jimping. Let's flick it. That feels good. Flipping action is not great. Oh my goodness. I almost actually wish that the pinch plate wasn't there so I could put more pressure on the lock bar. If I'm really deliberate about it, I can get it. It's not good. Oh my goodness. That flipper tab is way too slippery, and it's shaped wrong too. It's shaped wrong. We've got a little bit of lock stick. Okay, you know what? Let's try to adjust their thing. I actually do have my bits with me today in the car, just by chance. I do have to get to work here in a little bit, but I don't think this will take too long. So it looks like what we're dealing with here. Yeah, so that little screw in there is it's like a female end screw. I can put something in there. Okay, so I'm guessing the pivot is going to be T8. If it's not, that would be really, really weird. Pivot is T8. I'm going to guess that the little part in there is a T6. No. The little part is a T5, it feels like. My Weehaw T5 is fitting best in there. Okay, so that's bizarre. I bet that screw will strip out. Oh my goodness, I forgot. The driver I like to use, if I put my Weehaw bits in there, they sink all the way in and they're hard to get out, so I have to use a little extender. Alright, well, let's loosen up this screw here. You know, actually, I'm going to tighten that back up a bit. Let's see what the, we got a little bit of blade play. But actually, the action feels a lot better now. Feels like we got a little lock rot too. Damn it, Gerber. Okay, let's tighten that pivot up again. Blade play gone. Tiny bit of lock rock. Not quite as smooth on the close. That reverse flick is really, really nice. The flipping action is just a little bit lazy. It's kind of. You know what? Let's just for the shits and giggles. Holy cow. Yeah, that thing is on like a very delicate... You loosen that pivot up, and that is wiggling all over the place, which, I mean, happens, but like this is way more wiggle than normally happens when you're just loosening the pivot. All right, get in there. So I do feel this other screw moving a little bit every once in a while. Okay. See what that does. Oh my goodness. Okay, we did. I don't like that. So let's loosen that up, and let's actually loosen this other screw. I was tightening it to begin with, but let's loosen it, I guess. And did we already strip out? Oh my goodness. Can you guys see the little metal fibers on there? Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Oh, Gerber, why do you do these things? Why do you do these things, Gerber? You hurt us so. You hurt us so. Let's tighten this screw all the way in, hopefully. Oh my goodness, we have way much blade play. I mean, the action does feel better now, but the blade play is unbelievable. Okay, so yeah, it looks like that thing is fucking stripped. I don't usually use language like that on the channel, but this is kind of disappointing. This is really weird. Okay, let's see what we can get out of this. We're gonna pause the video. Okay guys, well that was a nightmare. All right, so I've got the knife back in working order, or as much working order as I can. The action is about the same. The reverse flick's actually really good. The blade play is minimal. The lock rock has actually gone away, which is really weird. I was like, it took me about 10 minutes of fiddling to do what I've done here. Centering is maybe slightly worse now. I'm sure I could maybe adjust a little bit more. Maybe I'll have to take this apart and adjust that detent. But there, what do they call this system? They just call it the adjustable blade tension. Personalize the flip. I see what they were kind of going for. So what you have here is the little screw that's in this side of the pivot is literally just a screw that goes into the threads of the pivot. And basically that controls how deep you can get this screw, as far as I can tell. I'll probably do more disassemblies on this and figure out the ins and outs of it completely, but I'm not sure how much experimenting I'm going to get to be able to do because I completely stripped out that T5 screw. It was incredibly soft. T5 already, you're just asking for issues, but this here was unacceptably soft. This was butter. Butter. So, again, we're left with how I feel about this knife the way I feel about most Gerbers. Cool design. I'm rooting for you, but man, this just kind of sucks. I really hate to say it, but Gerber's just not that good. And I think this is something that we've known for a while. That's something I've known on this channel for a while, but I keep wanting to give them a chance because, you know, this is a new release. They've released this, it's new, they're trying to do something unique and innovative, and so I assumed in my naivety that Gerber would be trying, and they're not. And I've had people say, you know, how can Gerber keep getting blasted by knife reviewers and not change their ways? Well, very easily. It's because Gerber is not selling knives to enthusiasts. They're not selling knives to people who know what a good knife is. Gerber is selling knives to people that don't know any better, right? They're selling knives, like, I'm at this outdoor goods store. There might be some guys walking in there who need a pocket knife to go on hunting. They work with their hands. They need a pocket knife, and they might remember in the distant echoes of their memory that their granddaddy carried a Gerber, and oh, that must mean that Gerber's a good quality brand. But they really don't know much about knives, and so they don't know enough to call Gerber out on their shit. And shit it is. Let's go ahead and do a sharpness test. That is a very hairy cut. It's sharp, actually. I mean, it's sharp. I'm not going to knock them on that. They put an edge on here. Again, this is pretty robust. Feels like a pretty thick edge, but, you know, whatever. Yeah. I'm not real impressed at all. Not real impressed. Not real happy. I will be giving this knife a full review. I will be carrying this. We'll see if my opinions change on it. Damn, that flipper tab. This flipper tab would be made so much better if they made one change. Instead of it sloping down like this, if it was pointing up more, if you had a higher shelf. How's the push button work? No, not good. Not good. Well, damn it. It's a good looking knife. I think it's a good looking knife. I want to like it. D2, aluminum, steel. I mean, they're using real materials at least, but Gerber. Come on, guys. Like, really? Really? Gross. It's gross. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Don't want to rant too much. I gotta get to work. So thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to my channel members right here. If you like this video, leave it a like, comment below, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.